big surprise for you. I bought you a nice little playmate. Now you two get friendly while I bring you something to eat. Oh, is this goody-goody? Here, what's all this? Why, little Pudgy, you ought to be ashamed eating that whole dish of food. Go away. Oh. Well, that's a good little pussycat. What's wrong with you today? Why don't you play with your new playmate? No, 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 no. Don't mind him, little pussycat. Going outside. Why, you bad little doggy. I don't know what's the matter with you today. Sorry I have to do this to you. Now behave yourself. Pudgy. Why, you ungrateful little... Get out of here!
And a one fish, two fish. And a one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. And a one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. All right, that's sounding good on Twitch. Let's just double check the YouTube. And if you're still here, Charles, I hope you get some good rest, man. We will catch you later, buddy. All right, there I am. Later, buddy. All right, YouTube sounds. I got sound on YouTube, got sound on Twitch. We're good to go. Later. Okay, I think I'm going to try to get the Morse started for the Ula Maid outfit. So, let's try Genesis 9 first, and then we'll do the Genesis 8. Basically, I'm just going to try to get these things dialed in real fast. Actually, they may be. Let's go take a look at our data folder. Let's see. Yo, did I not send the thing? Oh, I didn't publish it. There it is. There it goes. Ugh, this heat. You need a northern vacation. Oh, no. That's not good. You are the northern vacation. I'm looking at the data folders for this just to see what Morse we already got in here. So let's go run over to projects. You need to go even further north. That's annoying when you live so far north and yet it's still getting hot. I will admit, it did get warm here. It got, I think we hit 92. I don't know what that is in Canadian. All right, go into the lingerie folder. I'm going to go over to the French maid. We'll take a look at what we have in the data here. Just stopped in to let you know that, yeah, it should be good now. I forgot to hit the publish button again. But thanks for letting me know. Okay, we have a headband. Let's go take a look at what we have already generated in here. You know, we're going to clean this up because this still has all these Genesis 9 morphs. So I'm going to get rid of those. We're going to keep these. Okay, these are Genesis 9 morphs that I don't need in here. Well, our temps are in the mid-30s with the humidity making around 40. Yeah, our humidity wasn't bad, but I could feel it today. Yesterday was really nice, even though it was like 91. Okay, we're going to get rid of those. These are Genesis 9 characters, so we're going to lose those. I am not quite sure what that is. I always like to keep that one because I don't know what it is. I think I don't need those. I don't need that. So we're going to add the adjustment morphs. There are some adjustment morphs already in here. We're also going to start the basic body morphs. If I can get a good leg up on that, I can do the special morphs tomorrow. And then we have to do hierarchy material presets. I am this close to getting the server outfit submitted. I'm just doing the final checks before I zip it up one last time and submit it. Everything else is good to go. All the promos are rendered. I'm just going through and making those final tweaks. And every time I tweak, I then have to double check some things. We did get a lot of snow this winter, and so far, not a lot of rain. We were kind of rainy early in the summer. And some big fires. Oh, man. You and your fires. I'm blaming Canada for the fires. Totally can't be New York City's fault. It must be Canada's fault. Um, yeah. You live in one of those areas where you're just now like used to getting fires every year, right? It's almost like being in California. All right, I think those are good. Actually, I'm going to keep those two there. Of course, it couldn't possibly be the fact of these big because we got rid of pollution back in the 70s and 80s. Totally eliminated it. No more pollution. I think I'm going to keep these. So we're just going through here and I'm just cleaning up excess morphs. I'm going to keep those. We're keeping more morphs in here because this is the Genesis 9 one. I'm going to keep those. You know what? I'm going to keep those. I'm going to get rid of these character morphs though. We'll do that. I don't think I need these two. Here's hoping that I'm not digging stuff out of the garbage soon. Yo, it's Rod Shelley. Anyway, have to go. Just going to lay on the couch with the fan on. Yeah, I hope you survive the day. I hope it does cool down at night. Hey, Rod. Hey, Rod. Tell Pharaoh that it's Canada's fault. Okay, we're cleaning up Morse. Uh, and we're working on the maid outfit today. The Ula maid. So I think those are going to be good. All right, let's clean up the panties. Okay, those are leftover. This is all leftover Genesis 9. That one I can actually use. These loosens are useful. These are totally not useful for this one. So we're going to get rid of those. That's useful. I'm not sure if I need that or not. When in doubt, keep it. I think I can probably... The rest of these are probably Genesis 9 characters that we don't need. And then we're going to clean up the Genesis 9 bottoms. Had your UHC home visit today. We're both fit as fiddles. Woohoo! Glad to hear it. Go Team Shelley. Okay, I think we're going to keep those. I think we're going to keep these. I think we're going to lose Chet and Cheyenne and Freya and Genghis Khan and Gren and all of these. Bye bye, Pixie. All right, I think that's good. And I think that gets me where I need to be. Let me just take a look at what morphs we actually have sitting in the headband right now. I think there should only be... There we go. We have one that says Fit G9. One of these I'm not going to need, and it's probably that one. Part of your Medicare. Nice. Okay. I'm going to turn that on. Let's do the Genesis 9 morphs first. So what I'm going to do is I've got a couple of clothing items I'm going to load in. They have some really nice generic morphs. Actually, I'm going to just test the basic morphs with this first. See how they're looking. What am I doing? I'm going to parameters because I want to go to favorites. And I want to dial in the female shape. Because when we're working with Genesis 9, I'm generally trying to get it to fit the female shape. And then we'll come over here and G9. So I want to put that on. You're supposed to have a material. Dang you. We're going to add a material to that. Select that and do this. And there we go. Yay. All right. I'm going to put you like this. We're in perspective mode. We're going to come over here. I'm going to actually select the apron and Genesis 9. And we're just going to roll through these and see how they look. If they're really bad, I'm going to try something else with them. You know what? These actually aren't going to be too bad. I am going to touch these up with ZBrush, though, as we go. So we're going to be doing some ZBrushing. So we'll just start with the cleavage. And you know what? I'm going to change the color of this because I can't really see how well that shape is with the black. So we're just going to select this and come over here and we'll go find my generic shaders right there. So I'm going to do that. Sets the generic finish. That gives me a nice, and now I can kind of see the shape a lot better. And you know what? That cleavage looks fine. We're not going to do anything with that. So we're just going to come back here and we're just going to roll through these. Breast diameter. All right, we're going to touch that one up. So we're going to launch ZBrush. We're waiting for ZBrush to launch. Okay, hit edit mode. Zoom in. Make the thing a little smaller. We're going to adjust our settings like that. And the smooth like that. We're going to use X-ray, so I'm going to hit the X key to get that launched. And then I'm just going to kind of smooth through here. Pull that back out a little bit. There we go. Perfect. I need to get a list of names because I need to put the names of the morphs, the actual internal names right there. So let's get those. So right there, G9 morphs. And then if I copy, excuse me, right here, if I copy that and paste that right there, I'm going to say overwrite existing and accept that. And I totally just did the wrong morph. Dang it. We'll try this again. I'm not going to save that cleavage morph. We'll try to remember not to do that. It was fine. It was fine. Okay, so I was actually working on diameter, right? Diameter. There we go. Paste that. Overwrite. Accept. That's better. That's what it's supposed to do. Okay, press downward shape. You know what? That looks fine. Fullness lower. That didn't do anything. Why did you no do anything? Fullness upper is fine. Fullness lower. Didn't do anything. All right, we'll go to ZBrush and touch that one up. That's weird. I wonder if I accidentally deleted it or something. And I can't see because ZBrush is in the way. Bad ZBrush. We're going to put this right about here. And then I'm going to hit. Oh no, you didn't do the thing. Cancel that. Okay, dial this in. Then we hit this. Then we hit accept. See? How awful. All right. So we're just going to pull this stuff out. Slowly but surely. I'm finally making some progress on this unimaginable cluster of wires. Oh my. I think you showed the wires before. All right, we're getting there. I have no idea why that didn't do anything. Gods hate me. It's probably okay. All right, now we'll go Z back. I'm going to just paste this fullness lower in here. Overwrite that. I'm going to set that there so I can, much better. Okay, so we're going to turn you off. Press fullness upper. Looks fine. Breast gone. We're going to smooth that out just a little bit. So we're just going to copy this. Hit that go Z button. Hell yeah. And then I'm just going to smooth. I'm going to make my brush a little bit smaller so I can carefully smooth around this lace in here. I think we're going to be good. I'm just checking and making sure I don't. Chris has got dirt on his monitor. It doesn't help things. All right. Go Z. Do this. Accept that. Oops. I'm going to cancel that because I didn't do it right. Go Z. Do that. I forgot to check the overwrite box. So now it's a little smoother. Okay, we'll see if breast heavy. Man. I'm gonna try doing something else for that one. Breast large. I can work with that. So I'm gonna make you a little bit bigger. So I'm smoothing this out down in here. Then we're gonna pull it back out. Doing a little bit of smoothing. So the smoothing's to get that crease not to be really sharp. So come over here, the other side, just make sure you don't get anything poking through over there. Looking good. Activate the Go Z. Put the morph name in, overwrite and accept. All right, large, high. That looks fine. Breast natural. All right, that needs a little bit of touch up. I think I closed my window. Damn it. Breast natural. That's where we are. Right there. Copy that. Pop over into ZBrush. Okay, so I'm gonna just smooth this crease down here. And we're just gonna pull that out. Just check over here. Maybe smooth that out a little bit. And pull it out just a little bit more. I think that's probably going to be fine. Accept that. Okay, breast perk sides. That looks okay. Breast shape 1. Yeah, we'll touch that one up. And once again, smooth down in here. I'm trying to be careful not to touch that lace too much. Yo, Art, how are you doing? Thumb 1. Everybody needs thumb 1 to love them. I don't know, something like that. Oh, Charles isn't here. I forgot. Sorry. I forgot to call out the awesomeness that's Rod. And then there's the awesomeness that's... There's the awesomeness that's Art. Okay. Go Z. Pop over here. Name of the morph. Overwrite. Accept. Looks good. Breast shape 2. Needs just a little bit of work. Copy. Back over to here. Activate the Go Z. So smooth out a little down in here. Pull this out just a little bit. I have the sensitivities on these brushes way down. So it allows me to make these kind of smoother, subtle changes. All right, probably good. Accept that. Breast shape 3. That actually looked okay. We're going to run that again. Breast shape 3. You know what? I'm just going to smooth this edge out just a little bit on that. I could leave that alone, but since we're here, it could be just a little bit better. Just a wee bit. Oh, there is a little bit of poke through down here. So basically, I'm just going to smooth out through here a little bit. And then we'll just pull that back out. Double check over here. Should be good. Hit the old Go Z button. Morph name goes there. Overwrite and accept. Okay, breast shape 4. It's poking through a little bit. Although you can see that our smoothing is stopping the poke through, but I like it to do that without. So, and then if something breaks, we can, rely on the smoothing to help. But for right now, ah. Oh yeah, we shouted at Charles. Oh yeah, I heard that. Thank you, Art. We good? Charles isn't joining us tonight. He's got to work tomorrow, so he's turning in early. All right, breast shape 5. Oh, just a little bit. I'm going to scroll that up a little. There we go. And we'll just check over here. Maybe smooth it out a little more. A little bit like that. Activate the old Go Z back into here. I think this should say 5. All right, looks good. 6. Needs a little bit of smoothing. I'm going to make this, well, here, we're just going to smooth right here carefully. Then I'm just going to make my brush a little bit larger. Smooth out that. And then we're just going to lightly bring that back in. Go Z. All right, looks fine. All right, breast side depth. That looks okay, so we don't need to do anything there. Breast small is okay. Pectoral cleavage looked fine. Pectoral height is looking okay. Pectoral outer. I'm not overly concerned about the pec morse looking good. These are actually kind of designed for the male figure. I include them anyhow. But I don't get too... No, the pecs are... Wait a minute. Did I see a little bit of a... No, that looks fine. Undercurve. And width. All right, we're ready to be running body morphs now. Let's see how these go. So I'm going to save out the chest morphs at this point, except for the heavy and the cleavage. I messed up the cleavage, so we're not going to overwrite. And I think I'm then going to reload this back in. We'll do that. I've got the wrong thing selected. You see that? We're going to come over here. There we go. So what did I say? We're doing chest morphs, right? And I don't want to save the cleavage because I messed that one up. I done broke it. And the heavy, do I have a heavy in here? And the heavy was looking wonky. I'm going to touch that up as well. We're actually going to go into the data folder and delete that one out, because I need that to regenerate. Actually, if I delete it out, so here, we're going to get rid of you. I'm going to reload you. I'm going to actually, before I do this, let's copy this material. And now we have to head over to the Genesis 9 folder. And I can get rid of you. Oops. Before I bring you in, we're going to delete out the heavy morph in there. So we're going to take a peek over at that data folder for the apron G9 morphs. And what I'm looking for is in here, there's something that says breast heavy or something. At least I think there was. Am I not seeing a breast heavy? Did I inadvertently? No, that's body heavy. Oh, that's why it's looking so goofy. There's not one in here. Did I accidentally delete it? Let's go check. Let's take a look in the trash can. I want to do that on screen too, because I have no idea what's in my trash can. If I were a trash can, where would I hide? Nope, that's an iCloud trash can. You know, it's on the desktop. So I guess I just can get to it that way, which means I just have to collapse everything so I can find the freaking desktop. There it is, recycle bin. So I'm seeing if I inadvertently deleted a heavy morph, or if it just didn't make one. Boy, at this rate. So I'm looking for. So the name of the morph I'm looking for is body underscore BS underscore probably breast, probably heavy. So we'll sort by name over here. Body BS underscore breast. There's some breast heavies. Where did you come from? Oh, you totally came from other projects, though. You know what? I'm just gonna not worry about it. I think I'm gonna do this. Um, let's try this. I'm gonna load in a body dress, and we'll also add the adjustment morphs at the same time. Right there, bodysuit, people, Genesis 9, body dress. There we go. So I'm going to take this and drop that on there. We're going to take this and put that there. Then we're going to parent this to that. So we are looking for fit to. I'm actually going to fit it to this thing called body dress and accept that. Okay, so we're going to dial in. We're just going to dial in that heavy chest morph. And we're also going to dial in these adjustment morphs. I think if we select you, come over here. Breast heavy. Going to do that. So that will automatically generate one in the apron. All right. Now what I'm going to do is come over here and we're going to take these adjustments here, dial them up so that they can then get into the apron. So we're just going to like a little chest forward action, some chest lower, chest top, chest upper, width. There's a little bit of neck. I don't know if I needed that. Oh, it seems to have moved back a little bit. A little shoulder depth. One of these days I should clean that one up. Skirt back. I don't think I need that one. Skirt front. I'm not going to use that one either. Skirt left and skirt right. We really don't need those. So torso front works. Torso. And then torso left and torso right. Okay, those are the adjustment wars. We're going to just save all of that out. Hopefully this works. All right, let's get rid of this stuff. And then reload that back in. So let's see how that heavy's looking now. And I may have to restart everything because a ZBrush, the Go Z bridge might be getting confused now. Okay, we're coming up to favorites. So we're going to just see how that breast heavy morph. See, that looks so much nicer. Only it's a little off. So are you working? Not quite. Okay, let's try it. We need to just close everything and relaunch to get ZBrush working fine again. Which takes longer than it should have because Daz is off closing down its CMS still. All right, load that in. Gonna load that back on. We're going to Control L. You know, that's probably going to be okay. So like we did last time, we're going to select this first and then this. Come over here, go to favorites, pressed heavy. All right, we're going to relaunch ZBrush now. So this will reset everything and we should be able to work with ZBrush again. Oh, that. There's ZBrush. All right, let's add that in. Go into edit mode. Frame that up. I have to reset my brushes again. Make that smaller. Tweak the Z intensity. And then set the smoothing Z intensity. Excellent. Oops. I'm going to turn mirroring on. So I think, that could use a little bit more. I think that's good. All right, this is called heavy. So we need to come over here. Nope. Here we go. So I need this spelling right here. And we can go Z and update that and overwrite and accept. And there we go. And ZBrush is in the way again. Dangity dang it. Put that over there so I can still see chat in case somebody actually says something. Okay, so that's good. All the breast morphs are done. We were moving on to the body morphs. I forgot to dial in that. I want to just double check that breast heavy again. Yeah, we're going to touch that up because I didn't have it dialed in for the female. So that should be good. Same drill. Alrighty. So I think the rest of these are okay. We had just done them. We were about to move on to doing the body morphs. So we'll start here with body emaciated. That's looking fine. And because we have straps in the back, I'm occasionally going to roll around to the back. Body fitness detail. I didn't see anything happen there. Body fitness mass. We're just going to take a peek at the back. That looks fine. So body fitness is looking okay. All right, body heavy. All right, we need to tweak that just a little bit. Right there. Body, BS, body heavy. So a little bit of smoothing. Then we're just kind of a little bit of pulling this back out. Just take a look at the back. Back looks fine. Body width. I think that's fine. Muscular detail. Probably okay. Muscular mass. I see a little bit of stuff poking through there in the chest. So we're going to fix that one up. See right up in here. All right, is good. I think. All right. Our body muscular. This is the control. All right, that looked fine. Body older. I'm going to smooth a little bit out under the breasts. So let's make the brush a little smaller for this. Take a look at. Are we good? I think we're good. All right. Did I get the body older? That's right. I was doing body older. I see that there. Body thin. Oh my. That totally went Yankee Doodle. Do I have a body thin morph sitting in there? If not, we're going to delete it and then save everything, delete that body thin morph and try to regenerate it. I do have a body thin, so you know what? I'm not sure why that's so, but anyhow, it's gone. So body tone looked good. Body mass is looking fine. Hair figure, I think is okay. Voluptuous. Okay, we need to touch up the chest on that just a little bit. So same drill. I like to smooth the crease underneath and then do that. And I think this is looking good. Let's hope that I copied that file name. I did. Yay. Okay, we got two more, and then we got to still redo that thin morph because it went janky doodle. All right, looks good. Body stocky. Body stocky is hunky dory. All right, I got this selected. We're going to do this. We're going to come over here. I'm going to say base. I'm going to click on this. I'm just going to say, you know what? I'm not going to say, do I need the hiddens? I don't need the hiddens. And I'm not going to save the thin. I think that's in full body and base, right? So right there, I'm going to uncheck that and accept this. Delete that. Come back into here. So ideally, we're just taking one more check at, that's the wrong one. So here's our morph list. There is the apron base. So body thin should be right there, and I don't see it. So reload that. Select that and that. And come over here to favorites, and we're going to make sure we just have the female shape dialed in. Excellent. Now we're just going to come over here and just redial in thin. There we go. That worked. And I don't see any need to fix that. So we are good to... So I'm done with this one. Then we'll do the bottoms. And I'm just going to do everything except that hidden stuff. This should all be good. Let's do a little bit of organization. So we're going to do some renaming of things. I do have this all. All right, so let's get into edit mode. So we'll right click, choose edit. I'm going to recolor all of these dials to be the same. So we're just going to set a presentation, make you that green color. That green color is there for a reason. Make you that black color, accept that. There we go. Okay, so these still have their ancient janky names. Also, I don't see... Let's do this. File, edit geometry. Let's add a push modifier in here. I like to call the push modifiers inflate. I'm going to do that. That went over to here, mesh offset. So we're going to adjust this. So I'm going to make these green as well. Well, that one's green and the other one can stay black. And we're going to move this to adjustment. Say okay to that. All right. Let's take a look. Oh, let's do this. Let's select everything and set a limit. Limits, enable limits. There we go. Let's just reset you. Select that, and we'll save all these morphs out. All right, that should be good for this. Oh, the inflate's still on. Wow, I gotta resave it. Inflate doesn't have a limit on it. Well, it does. It's a minimum of that needs to be -1. That needs to be 1. So I gotta resave that now. Wah, wah, wah. Okay. Should be good. Now when we inflate, it's a little weird. All right, we're gonna rename these, and then I gotta save it again because these still have garbage in the names. That's the wrong thing. This is what I need to change here. Okay, so does this even do anything? I guess it does a little bit. You might as well keep it. Squat above the knee. Loosen. Loosen skirt mini. That looks kind of like the same. Loosen lower waist. Upper waist. Probably good. And the upper waist. All right, let's resave those. Now we can move on. Okay, I can. Actually, I'm going to put the material on here and then we're just going to resave this. So I still have the materials over here under Genesis 8 still. Okay, and then we're going to resave that as the figure prop asset. And you can see where I was working last. Lingerie, French maid, people, Genesis 9, clothing, me, Genesis 9, and the apron. So we're overwriting that there. Say yeah, yes. All of this I think looks good. That may have rewritten the Morse, but I don't count on it. That's the reason why I also save the Morse first and then save the figure, just in case, because sometimes weird stuff happens. I want to check something. I had some weird geometry in here somewhere. Maybe right in it, and it just might be on the other version, on the Genesis 8 version. So we're looking at the waistband. There's a white part there. So I was getting some goofy geometry, but I think it was just on the Genesis 8 version. So that's looking fine. So I don't have to, so we're good with that. All right. So for this, we're going to kind of do the same thing, except we don't need to do the breast morphs. We can just do those body morphs. And also we do have to rename this stuff. We'll get to that later. So I have Z. So we're going to close Daz again. And I'm going to close ZBrush. And I'm going to impatiently wait for Daz. Oh, it's ready already. All right, there we go. Load that in. I think I was too fast. Put that on. Get that turned on. So the order we select these is important. So we select this first, then we select that, and this becomes the object that I'm editing in ZBrush. So favorites, we're going to dial in the base feminine shape because that's what we're working towards. And then we're going to just start up here with body emaciated and see how these are looking. That looks fine. Fitness detail looks fine. Fitness mass, probably fine. We'll just take a look at these from the back. So fitness did its thing. You know, I bet you thin is screwed up. Nope, thin's fine. Never mind. Ooh, heavy's looking okay. Lith? I think I may not have to do anything with these. Muscle details. Muscle mass. Muscular body. I think that's fine. Odare. So we checked thin and actually was working. Body toned. Looks good. Mass body is fine. Hair figure. Voluptuous. Portly. Stocky. Oh, you know what? We're all good. I didn't have to make any changes on those, did I? I am just going to go ahead and resave the morphs like this. And then we're going to put the color on here and resave this. And this material file works with the headband, the panties, or the apron. So I can just use it there. And then we're just going to save that over that. So select that, the bottoms. Hit the Save Figure Prop Asset button. Overwrite the bottom. Accept that. All right, I'm gonna close this. Okay, we're gonna add the adjustment morphs. So I'm gonna do that with that body with a bodysuit. So it was right next to that body dress, right here. So we put that on. Gonna come back here. So I'm gonna take this and not parent it. Then we're gonna select it and come over here and oh no, it parented the bodysuit. I think it's fine. Okay, never mind. We're going to dial in some of the adjustment morphs for this. So like adjust back. We don't need these chests. I do need these crotches. So we can adjust the crotch. Whee! Adjust crotch width. Adjust the front. Looks good. I don't need. I just did the rear, so I don't need that. Left side, right side, and this Tommy just moved part of it. I think so. I think we're good here. I think I'm ready to just save this with those new morphs. We'll take a look at which ones. Yeah, I think this is good. Then we're going to load it back in and clean up some of this stuff. Don't need those. Okay, then I'm going to parent you back to the main figure. Delete that. Okay, let's clean up those morphs while we're here. So same thing. We're going to select. I got to get in edit mode, right? So we switched over to edit mode. Select all of those. Enable the limits. I'm going to color all of these. So we're going to set our presentation to be green and black. Okay, looks good. Okay, this needs to have the name cleaned up. Likewise, we need to clean these up as well. Waist lower. I missed. All right. Adjustment loose. That doesn't get changed. This gets changed. Okay, should be good. Save the morphs. And I'm just going to make sure to resave that just in case. I don't need to do that. Never mind. We should be good. Right? Looks good. That's what it's supposed to do. All right, so we've got the basic morphs set up for the Genesis 9. Let's see how this goes for Genesis 8. Dang, my eyes are getting hard to focus today. It's one of those days. There we go. Okay, these I'm going to do a little bit different. We are going to just use the body dress to put all the morphs in to start with. Genesis 9 does a better job of fitting morphs over than Genesis 8. So Genesis 8 takes a little bit more work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on. Also, we're going to put that on. And then, oops, where did you go? You didn't get attached. You did get attached. So did I not fit you? You are fitted. You're just not parented properly. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put you there. Put you there. Uh-oh, you guys weren't supposed to do that just yet. Nope, cancel, cancel, cancel. God damn it. All right. All right, so this gets parented to the bodysuit. Fit to bodysuit. Accept that. This will get parented to the body dress. So we're going to fit you to body dress and accept that. Should be good. I'm just going to run through all the breast and body morphs just to quickly generate them in here. And then we'll add the adjustment morphs. Then we're going to save all of that stuff out, bring it back in. So I need to do here, click on this, come to favorites, and then we're just going to run through this list real quick. I thought I saw a utility somewhere that might have done this, but I forget where it was. So in the meantime, I just have to, and you know what, I'm going to turn edit mode off. We'll just activate each of these so it kind of auto generates morphs into the clothing items. These aren't the greatest, but they're a good starting point in general. Okay, those are done. Now I'm just going to come over into here. So this is the bodysuit. So we're looking at adding a bunch of these adjustments in here. Do I have an adjust rear? I do have an adjust rear. I do have an adjust back. And I didn't need that though. I just needed the rear. So we're just looking at this. So we do need the crotch down and side to side and the crotch width. Don't need the cuffs, the elbows, the forearms. Adjust the front. Don't need the knees. We already did that. Shoulders back. Side left. Side right. Adjust thighs. That didn't do anything. Adjust waist. Ankle shin. I think I'm good here. So what I'm going to do is take this, come over here, and we'll just take a quick peek. What all is, oh, expand all. We'll clean that up in a little bit. And do I need these hiddens? Nope, I don't actually need those. So that's that. Okay, now we're just going to do add the adjustments with the body dress. actor adjustment. It'll be fine. So I can't believe I told. Oh no. Oh no. Art. Oh, it's been good knowing you, Art. Yes, in a Chris Farley type of. Did I adjust the rear already? I don't know. I think I'm good. I think we'll go with that. All right. I'm going to get rid of all of this, and then we'll work on the apron. So that's the quick, sloppy pass to get the basic morphs. And it does get all the adjustments done. So we're done with that. I am GA female, so we'll drop that on there. And then we're going to just select that and the Genesis 8 and come over here, look at favorites. And see, that needs some major work. So I have Genesis 8 morphs in here somewhere. G8 morphs, there we are. Breasts, cleavage, there we go. Is good. All right, let's see if I can go Z this. Hey, Rich, how are you doing? I'm adding morphs to an outfit for use in Daz Studio. Okay. Edit, frame, zoom in. All right, let's set up our Z brush. Smaller brush size. Lower the Z intensity. Lower the smoothing Z intensity. Let's do mirroring. And then I'm just going to smooth that out a little bit. And then we're just going to pull that up. And then I'm just going to touch it up over here as well. Probably good. Yep, let's hit the Go Z. Actually, let's position ZBrush so I can see chat at the same time. Here's a novel idea. Activate Go Z. Put the name of the morph right there. Make sure to overwrite it and accept, and there we go. All right, one down and 120,000 more to go. Breast diameter, dang it, it just poked through just a little bit there. So maybe a little smoothing and then a little bit of pulling that back out is good to go. Okay, breast gone. I probably need to, yeah, that needs a lot of work. So we're just gonna kind of smooth and then pull this out. And maybe smooth a little bit more. Double check how things are looking. You know what? Looks fine. Looking good. All right, onto breast heavy. Needs some work. So copy the file name or copy the morph name. Activate the ZBrush. All right, a little bit of smoothing and a little bit of, and I'm going to make this brush a little smaller because that is a nasty looking crease. Maybe make that brush a wee bit larger. I have my intensity way down so I can slowly build these up. How's the other side looking? It's okay. Morph name goes there. Overwrite, accept. That looks better. Breast implant. Okay, this is a control. Is Daz Studio? It's a. I haven't used. I use Blender. I think Daz Studio is relative. You don't actually make things. You generally are going to create. You're going to use. Most people use it with pre-made content for animating or rendering images, and probably most people render images because animating in Daz is kind of painful. But a lot of it is just, I mean, like anything, there's a learning curve to figure out how to get all the nuances to get nice renders and things out of it. But a lot of it is like this is a pre-made thing, and what I'm doing is I'm making content that works with this figure here, and then this will get sold at the Daz store. So I don't know if you're familiar with 3D Studio Max or Maya. Daz probably isn't a problem to pick up. Assuming you need. Nah, I've got a 1080 on an older computer. So although most of my renders I'm usually just rendering smaller things, usually 1000 by 1300 because that's the Daz promo image size. But they come out okay. Using a 1080 Ti, I'm doing renders that look like that. I can't put a ton of stuff into a scene. So of course, the more stuff you have in here, the harder it is to render. So, if I get two fully dressed figures in a scene, it starts slowing things down a bit. When I got these two both in a scene together, I find myself trying to have to optimize things to get it to render. But that's just because I've got a 1080 Ti with 11 gigabytes. Although that's not too bad. It's got the 11 gigabytes of VRAM is what drives. You can render with CPU, but it runs slower, of course. And my brain has stopped. Where was I? I'm adding breast morphs. That's what we're doing. So right now I'm adding morphs into the clothes. So this is an import implant. That's called implant left. I'm gonna pop over here, copy that name, activate the ZBrush. We're just gonna kind of smooth it a little bit. And then I'm just gonna, and hold on, I forgot I've got mirroring on. I'm gonna turn the mirroring off for this one because this is asymmetrical. And then I'm gonna pull that out. And I'm gonna just smooth down in here a little bit. That's probably good. So get that morph back in here. All right, now we're just going to do the breast implant right side. I need that morph name, so I'm going to just copy there. I just can't remember these things. That's why I'm always copying, pasting morph names. All right. Just going to smooth that a little bit. And we're just going to ever so slowly pull that out. I think that's good. Activate the Go Z. Control V. Looks good. All right, let's see. We're in the controller. All right, I don't have to do anything with that because that was looking fine. Okay, breast natural. left. I didn't get any poke through, but I'm going to make that just a little bit smoother. So we're just going to come over here and grab that name. Nope. Pop over into ZBrush. And then see how janky that actually is. So I'm just going to smooth that out. Probably good. That, overwrite, accept. All right, let's do the right side. This is probably doing the exact same thing, except on the other side. Similar, it's a similar thing. All right. Smooth you out. Yeah. I've had a couple of years of practice. Also, ZBrush is handy. I'm not crazy about ZBrush personally, but for using Morse with Daz Studio, there's a Go Z bridge, which lets me just flip back and forth fairly easily. So I kind of like that. Of course, these days, I picked up ZBrush like in 2004 for $150. And they let me upgrade until 2022. They switched to a subscription model now. Now I think it's like hundreds of dollars. Or is it like I can't remember what it is. Anyhow, I always feel like you're getting taking it in the butt when somebody goes to the subscription model. Uh Anywho, that's the right one. Let's take a look at the so this is a controller. It should do both of those. All right, that needs a little cleanup there. Hey, thanks for following the channel. I appreciate that. And my brain stopped. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the name of that controller. That's it right there. I'm going to copy that. And we're going to accept that. And then you see how janky that's looking. So we're going to just smooth that out. And actually, you know what? This is symmetrical, so I can put mirroring back on. So I'm going to smooth that out. And then we're just going to pull it out so that you don't get any of that clipping. I think that's going to be good. All right, that's a little bit better. All right, breast shape 1. So we're probably going to have to clean up all of these 8 breast shapes at the very least. Because it's just looking janky. I'm going to go download that. All right, yeah. You can just go to Daz. What's that? I mean, Daz 3D is the website. They do have the software available for free download. It's a trap, though. It's a trap. it's it's like a drug dealer giving you those first free hits, and then they want you to buy the content. Says the guy who's selling the content. If you want to learn to make your own things, I would recommend Blender. But if you want to just get in preloaded content and make nice pictures, Daz is pretty good for that. Is that good? I forgot what I'm doing. I think this is brush shape 1, right? Control V, override existing. Alrighty, let's go on to 2. Yeah, these are all going to need fixing. I already have that feeling the way that's not smoothly fitting. right, let's see how the other side looks. I think the other side's okay. There we go. All right, 3. I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to automatically start doing these. I'm not even going to look at them. Copy that. Activate the ZBrush. Let's smooth in. Why not 3D Studio Max? Cost. I'm a cheap bastard. I will. I will admit it. If you, I mean, if you have 3D Studio Max or you already learned it, I could see that. But when I was getting serious about playing with 3D, making 3D stuff, I went with Blender. And Blender just keeps getting better and better. Although it's a little frustrating because they keep tweaking the interface. So shortcuts that you get used to for years, all of a sudden some software developer decides it's a good idea to change the way it works. It's a little frustrating. But on the other hand, it's actively being developed. It's free. Um, they're now bragging because they've actually have an Oscar-winning movie made with Blender. Um, Flow, I think Flow won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature last year. And so that was done all in Blender. So now Blender thinks it's a big. They're really. You used 3D Studio MX like 20 years ago, but didn't get much into it. Yeah. There's a large community for Blender too. Um, and there's a ton of videos on YouTube if you can learn that way. The only real big problem with learning on YouTube is a video that's like a year old may have a step changed and gets a little frustrating. But I can't say with 3D Max or see I've always been a I don't I got into 3D not as a professional and not through college. So I started with I think True Space maybe way back late 90s, early aughts. And then I played with Silo for a long time. I've been playing with Poser and pre-made content forever. Um, and eventually 6 years ago I started steadily just working with Blender. I think that's fine. I'm gonna hit go on that. Yay, 3 done. You're still looking a little rough. I'm gonna smooth that out a little bit more. I'm gonna live with that. Like I said, I can see some stuff that I want to clean up with that morph. So just smooth and smooth. Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind buying other people or using other people's content, a lot of it's for sale, but you can still find some nice free stuff out there. Then you might want to try Daz. Also, a lot of people have been playing with UE, Unreal Engine, and I know some people who take content from Daz and then port it over to Unreal Engine because Daz is nice for smaller scenes and things, but when you want to do really expansive environments, uh, Unreal Engine is kind of the way to go, even though it's a game engine. But they just keep improving that a whole lot, and they've got free options for that as opposed to, I think you have to pay for Unity. I don't think it has the as nice a free option as just for hobbyists with Unreal Engine. And my brain stopped. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. My computer, I can kind of run Unreal Engine on here, but this my machine's getting a little old. My graphics card is definitely old, although it does still serve my purposes. I just have to figure out where to steal $4,000. That's that's all. I'll just buy a toy gun and go to the local bank. That should work. Um, wow, that's a hot mess, isn't it? We're getting there. I am a freelancer. I sell content at Daz in addition to doing PowerPoint work for an investment bank. I have a Daz link. There we go. Did that work? There you go. Buy my shit. So this will probably end up being a product at Daz. That's the plan. So this is going to be an outfit that will work with the Genesis 8 figures and Daz's Genesis 9 figures. This comes with like this little apron, and this is kind of like a lingerie French maid set. So right now I'm working on the apron part. It has a little bit of a bikini bottom that goes with it, and then we have one of those little cute headbands that French maids tend to wear. All right, go Z. I think you were 5. Do that. Moving along. We are in breast shape 6. See, that needs a little bit of loving. Breast shape 6. The link didn't work. Oh no. Oh, that's funny. It works for me. Hmm. See, there's my store at Daz. It's hidden all my items though because it hides stuff I own. Oddly enough, I own my stuff. So there you go. There's my Daz store. I generally make outfits that fit their characters. So most of the so in here you're just looking at I just make the clothes. And if you're buying stuff at Daz, get it on sale. And I'm not sure how to make that link work any better. Um, you're on Twitch. It should work. I don't know. And Rod says our Micro Center here in KC is a pretty cool feature where you pick the parts case you want, and then an MC tech builds the computer. I think you might go that way to the new system. Oh, it worked. You had to copy and paste. Oh, okay. I don't know why it didn't. How strange. Normally, Twitch is good about. I don't know. Maybe they've disabled links. Maybe I have something that's not making the links work in my chat. That could be. Because links are dangerous things. Because you get those bots coming in here saying, hey, We got the best viewers. And I'm going, hey, you're a bot. I'm banning you. Um, yeah, I'm past my days of putting computers together myself. I can't see the pins anymore. Okay, am I on 6? I'm on 6. I'm gonna copy this. All right, we're gonna activate ZBrush again. We're gonna come in here and you know what? I'm gonna make my brush a little bit larger. We're gonna smooth that out, and then I'm gonna pull that out, and I'm gonna make my brush a little bit smaller again so that I can do little detail smoothing. I want to be careful not to smooth that little lacy bit out too much. So I'm trying not to smooth out the lacy parts, I think. And then it's not exactly symmetrical because these clothes were actually made in Marvelous Designer, which is an awful lot like a 3D sewing simulator. I think that's good. I think that's good. Let's go to GoZ. Do this. Accept that. I don't know. It's not smoothing out as much as I would have thought. Copy that. Hop back over to here. Just going to pull that out. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. I've been playing with 3D since probably the 90s, but I've been really concentrating on it since 2019 when the investment bank I was working at asked me to become a freelancer. Asked. Asked. All right, I think this is good. It just practice. That's the thing. If you want to get good at something, you just got to kind of keep at it and kind of work on it pretty regularly. I've got to say, I've pretty much probably worked Blender nearly daily since 2019. And at this point, I'm using Marvelous Designer once or twice a week. I'm like in Daz daily. I use Substance Painter for doing the textures. Um, and then I just use a little bit of ZBrush. I don't know ZBrush very well. I just know ZBrush just to clean up my morphs. That's all the ZBrush I know. ZBrush looks really cool. And if you like to, if you, and sometimes it depends on what works for you when it comes to how you model. You can sculpt with Blender, but if you like kind of doing 3D sculpting and you can afford ZBrush, that's probably the way to go. Although the sculpting tools in Blender always keep getting better. That's the thing with Blender. They're always, I mean, ZBrush, of course, is upgrading as well, but I don't know. I don't think they've added any new features for what I need it for that motivates me to have to pay a monthly fee for it. This old 2022 version is still working fine for me. I'm going to cry when my copy of ZBrush no longer works on the Windows 12 or whatever. when that day comes. As it is, I'm really unhappy about this whole Windows 10 support going away. Nobody buying Windows 11. I know. We'll get rid of Windows 10 support. That'll fix it. Windows 11 was basically, what's the point? There's all this technical under the hood stuff that makes nothing that that improves our experience zero. And it feels like the need that they just have to make new ones, right? So many software toys out there, and you got to live. Exactly. I know the upgrade. I it it tells me it won't run on my machine. My machine still works fine. It's, look at me. I'm streaming on it. I'm working with ZBrush. I've got Daz Studio open. Some days I've even got Substance open at the same time. Although I will admit that it does kind of bog things down. Not gonna lie. And I've lost track what I was doing. There we are. All right, we got shape 8 done. Did I just copy 8? It was actually, look at that. We're almost done with the brush shapes. I'm going to make that a little bit larger. My smoothing. I think that looks fine. Did I spot something? No, I think we're good. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, I know. Can I just go back to... I changed my color. That was annoying. I've never touched that. This is what happens when I fat finger something. There, that's better. That looks more normal. I stream 4 days a week, twice on Saturdays. So actually, I stream 5 times. Um, so my current schedule is Monday afternoons, Thursday and Friday evenings, and then Saturday I'll do an afternoon stream, and then we have a Saturday night social. Um, hey, I have a Discord. So feel free to join. At the very least, on my Discord, I do announce when I'm streaming. Also, we have a gallery, and if stuff gets put in the gallery, we do a Saturday night social, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We have a Discord chat, we have an art share, and we have an old cartoon. So feel free to drop by. And then I stream 3D stuff like this Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m., and then Saturday at 1 p.m. And then Saturday at 8 p.m. I'm back for the Saturday Night Social. It helps keep me motivated to produce product and to learn the program. Because sometimes I want to be just screwing around, but I've got a stream scheduled, so it kind of gets you that regular practice of working with it. And like today, it's I'm just making progress on products. So ideally, I can get this submitted to Daz end of the week or over the weekend. And my brain has stopped. I think I'm good. I think we're going to hit the Go Z button. I think this was breast large, right? Control V. And don't worry about interrupting me. That's fine. Or asking questions. I'm always good at asking questions. My philosophy is if I didn't want people bothering me, I wouldn't stream. So if I really need to focus on something, I would not be here with a chat. I think that's good. I think that's good. I don't even know if that did anything. Breast small. Ah, I gotta touch that up just a little bit. We're gonna save these out and then I'm going to move on to getting the body morphs done. Okay, so activate the ZBrush. So, you know what? I'm just gonna smooth that out a little bit. Pull that out a little bit. Probably good to go. Hit the Go Z brush. Do this. Do that. Accept that. Yeah, feel free to ask. All right, gotta go get me some chow. Hey, thanks for popping in, Mr. Break. Is it Mr. Break? Ms. Break? Or should I just call you Parking? Sorry. Um, I think this is good. All right, I'm gonna save these. Pop over here. Let's just save these out before I lose them. You know what? I'm just gonna do that. We'll just save all of that out. Okay, now we've got some body morphs to do. Select that. Pop back over here, into here. Body size, I think looks okay. Body tone, you can't even really see that. Okay, bodybuilder details. I think that was fine. Bodybuilder size. It's looking okay. What about bodybuilder? Are you being weird today? I think you're just fine. I saw a little bit of poke through there. Was that happening on? Okay, right there. You can just see it at the bottom and the back. We're going to tweak that just a hair. So I'm looking for something in here that says control. Let's come up here. Control bodybuilder right there. Activate the ZBrush. Come over here. We'll just double check this stuff, although I didn't see any problems. I'm having just a little bit of an issue right there. Good to go. Control bodybuilder. Okay. That was so subtle I didn't even see it change. In breast small still dialing. God damn it. Again, I'm just going to double check these. Looks fine. Is okay. I'm going to be happy with that. Emaciated. All right, we need to do a little bit of work on emaciated. All right, we're coming up on 9 o'clock. And we'll go right out. Activate, accept. And you know what? I'm just going to smooth. And then we're just going to pull that out a little. Ever so slightly. Probably good. Activate the Go Z. Do this. Control V. And all right. Fitness detail. Looks fine. Fitness size is looking good. The fitness control is fine. Heavy. Ooh, just a little bit on the heavy. And we'll smooth out under the breasts while we're at it. Okay, fix that. And I'm just going to smooth that a little bit. And pull that back out. And let's go see how we're looking over here. That looks fine. I gotta fix some stuff in here. I'll probably have to do that off stream. Activate Go Z. Put the name of the morph there. Overwrite. Accept. Is good. Hair figure. Oh, did the same thing. Copy that. We might be able to get the bottom done too. That should go pretty quickly. I always feel like the breast morphs take the longest time to kind of wade through. And you know what? I'm going to just smooth that out a little bit in there. All right, I think this is good. Okay, thin. I'm so close. I've got 2 more to go for this one. So we're going to do the same thing we kind of did with emaciated. Smooth it out a little bit. Then pull it back out. Double check. Maybe smooth over here just a little. And accept that. Okay, voluptuous. Yep, gotta do that one too. All right, same drill. Little bit of smoothing. And then pull it back out. Is that looking good? Let's take a look at the back. I think I'm fine. All right, I think this is good for now. Turn that off. Okay, I'm going to select this and we're going to save all of that stuff that we just did. Okay, we're going to put our material in here and then we're going to resave the actual apron. So there's my material files. There's the hero texture. Then I'm just going to do save as a figure prop asset. Go over to the Genesis 8 folder. Clothing, me. Ooh la, made. And that's going to overwrite that one there. And which I like to replace it. Hell yeah. Is all of this still good? All of that I think is still good. Except that. Should be good. I can probably delete. Load that in. And let's see. Okay, so let's try to get this done real fast and then call it a night. Huh? Actually, I probably have to shut it down to get ZBrush to run right. Let's just, I'm going to just see how this, yeah. Oh, there we go. Except now I got the apron in here. Let's try this again. Yeah, it's coming in with the apron. I don't want the apron. I, see, I gotta restart this, and with just 5 minutes left, I'm not gonna do that. So I think we're gonna shut down ZBrush for now. Okay, so I still have to just double check the morphs on this, clean those up. You know what I am gonna do? Let's go ahead and put our material on, and I'm just gonna save that back out over that right there. Should be good. Oh, you know what? Since I've got a few minutes, let's do this. Let's clean up the way the morphs are organized on here. Save that and then call it a night. So we're going to pop over here and we're going to look at this. Okay, we're going to clean these up. You guys are all in the wrong spot. So here, let's get into edit mode. These are all full body morphs. You should be in another set property group. I'm going to put you over here into actor, full body, real world. There we go. And I'm going to come over here And I have adjustment, and then I have adjustments. So let's tweak these. Actually, let's do this. I'm going to select that, and we're going to select everything in here. And we're going to enable our limits on that. Then we're going to color all of these, so make sure they're the same color, these dials. So we're going to set presentation on those. So all my dials are the same color. Then I'm going to take these, I'm going to move them from adjustments to adjustment. So we're going to set the property group on that. And you know what? I could just do it like that. There we go. Okay, and then these ones have got garbage in them, so we're going to clean that stuff up. We'll start with this one here. You need to say expand all. And then I gotta rename these. So right now they're poo-poo. Caca-poo-poo. And then I'm going to say that. And then we're going to find somebody to raid. We'll see who's on. It's Tuesday. Jack might be on. But we'll see if there's somebody else on. You know, I'd like to raid Jack on Saturdays. Although I've been trying to raid Josh Uwu a lot, too. He's pretty cool. Saturdays, Josh does movie nights. The rest of the week, Josh is streaming art. Jack, on the other hand, is a marvelous magician. One of the most entertaining people on Twitch. Hey, thanks for being here, Art. You know, I always appreciate you being here, man. And this one right here, I think, so that's lower waist upper. Are we good? We're good. I've got all my morse renamed. So we're just going to resave all of that. Should be good. What is in here? I thought I moved you. I'm going to move you. There we go. I have moved you. All right. I don't think I need to do the hiddens again. All right, so this is where we're going to leave off for tonight. We've just worked on Morse tonight on this outfit. And just a little recap. We have an apron. We have our little bottom that goes with it, little lacy bottom. And of course you have the little made headband. You know what? Thursday we might do, I was thinking to add a feather duster to go with this. Or is that too cheesy? No. So Thursday we might work on a feather duster. That means we'll probably be doing Blender. Hey, thanks for being here, Rod. It's Rod Shelley. Dude, have we been hanging out since 2019 or 2020? Probably 2020. 2019, I don't think I really had anybody watching me. I had only a few music friends back then. All right. You know, this needs its texture, doesn't it? But I'm stuck. Can I go back? There we go. I'll fix this later. Anyhow, this is how we're looking. Let's do a little. You can't see the white apron because it has transparency, so it's getting lost. But when we do that, I know back in the day when I first met you on, I think, Jay's streams. Yeah, it's looking fine. I think I'm relatively happy with how this is going. Maybe not. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. All right, we're going to stop here for the night. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Let's find somebody to raid. Let's go over and say hi to one of our friends over here on Twitch. Hey, if there's anybody over on YouTube, he streams very irregularly. You really have to, every now and then, Jay will stream for a stream or two, but not like he used to. Jay's busy with other stuff. That's right. He's got his gaming project or something, I think, right? So hopefully that pays off for him. I don't even know if has been doing anything with Daz because he isn't even doing. I kind of miss him doing those Daz streams he used to do. Those were really cool. Um, Anyhow, thank you all for being here. Let's see who's on. If there's anybody over on YouTube, I appreciate it. Remember, like and subscribe. If you are on Twitch, we're gonna go raid somebody else on Twitch. We have raid calls. If you're not a subscriber, you get to use this raid call. If you are a subscriber, you can use the sub raid call. Hey, if you're not in the Discord already, feel free to join. And like I said earlier, I do sell stuff at Daz, so feel free to check it out. If you're using Daz and you want some clothes, take a look. Where's my Twitch? There's my Twitch. All right, who is on Twitch tonight? That's the big question. Oh, I didn't even switch over the so what I'm doing is I'm going to the bottom of my Twitch follow list and then we're going to work our way up. And I'm going to probably see if any of my art friends with a few viewers are on. You know, Riff Critter's on again. We've been rating her an awful lot. Ike's World. You know, I like Ike. She's pretty cool. What is she doing? She does some crafting. Although tonight she's actually doing art. It says just chatting, but she's doing art. And she's just back from an otaku con. Uh, Anyhow, so let's go over and say hi to Ike. She's pretty cool. I think she rated me once, so now I watch her incessantly when I can. Um, that's the way it works. Anyhow, so here's where we're heading. If you can join the raid, that would be super cool. And if not, I hope you have a good rest of a Tuesday or Wednesday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. Next stream Thursday, 7 p.m. Hope to catch you then. Let me start this raid. Did I start the raid? I did not start the raid. I shouted Ike out. There we go. Raid has been started. Alrighty. Thank you all for being here. Hasta la vista, baby.